my fight fans. So there's a lot of craziness going on when it comes to, you know what? I shouldn't even use that word crazy. I should say that word chaos. There's a lot of chaos going on with Colby Covington. Colby Chaos Covington, I should say. A lot of chaos regarding him. Ever since he was the backup fighter for Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman, UFC 286 or 285. Yeah, UFC 286. You know, that was a great fight. We talked about that fight before, but what a surprise that was for Colby Covington to come out and become that backup fighter, the surprise backup fighter. Of course, he didn't do it, but at the end of the day, Dana White clearly says that he is now the #1 contender for Leon Edwards welterweight strap. I mean, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. All the outlets have been talking about it. He's been doing interviews left and right, and it's just been nonstop, conspiracies, nonstop chaos regarding this. At the end of the day, let's break it down. Does he deserve a title shot? Well, you know what? At the end of the day, no, he really doesn't. That's no disrespect to Colby, but at the end of the day, Colby has not been very busy the whole year. Colby Covington, who had last fight was against Jorge Masvidal, and Jorge Masvidal wasn't on this crazy run either, getting title shots left and right. At the end of the day, he did get title shots, because he was a backup fighter, or not the backup, but the last place fighter, or not last place fighter, excuse me, a late replacement. There we go. A late replacement for Kamaru Usman, I believe on Fight Island, I think it was on 2020, I want to say, somewhere around that time frame. And it went to decision, and then they did a rematch back in April of 2021 where he ends up getting knocked out. He gets knocked out. Kamaru Usman knocks him out. So that's 2 fights in a row that he had lost at that time. And then he comes back in March 2022 and loses a unanimous decision to Colby Covington. So at the end of the day, Colby Covington himself comes off a loss, actually, well, relatively 2 losses, I want to say. A win and a loss, and then a loss. Yeah, he had in, I want to say, December 2019, he had Kamaru Usman lost. He got knocked out, or didn't get knocked out, but he got stoppage. I believe his jaw broke, and then he came back. I believe September 2020, fought. He had fought Tyron Woodley, and I believe that Tyron Woodley broke his ribs or something to that nature. Then in November, somewhere around that time frame of 2021, well, no, that was I believe it was 2020, and then in 2021, I believe that's when he fought he fought Kamaru Usman in a rematch, and it was a very close fight, but he ended up losing. Then in 2022 of March, he ends up fighting Jorge Masvidal, which he won. So yeah, he's been winning, losing. So at the end of the day, it sounds like he could get a title shot, but not really, because he already had 2 title shots within a 3-4 year period, lost both of them, one of them to stoppage, regardless of what you want to say. Now, he could have very easily won that second one, because a lot of people had him probably could have gave him the nod, all things considered. But at the end of the day, he did not. He lost. Plain and simple. It is what it is. You lost. You can't go based on it. Maybe you can go, well, you look like you should have won, so you should get another one. No, at the end of the day, you tried twice, you lost twice. He did get a win over Jorge Masvidal, who wasn't really the highest ranked guy at the time. And no disrespect to Jorge, but it was just a grudge match that needed to be settled. And then stayed on the sidelines for a whole year. It's been over a year now, and it's going to be longer than a year since he's actually last fought. He's hoping to fight Leon Edwards in July, International Fight Week. And that's going to be, what, a year and a half since he's last fought? That's going to be a long time away from the octagon, especially with the fact that he's actually going to be 35, possibly 36 around that time frame. That's not a very good thing to do. So at the end of the day, does he deserve a title shot? No, honestly, he doesn't. There's been a lot of other guys out there that could have deserved a title shot even more. And as a matter of fact, there really isn't a big storyline for Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. We're all hoping to see that Gilbert and sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Oh yeah, Jorge Masvidal. Gilbert Burns and Jorge Masvidal. They're going to be fighting in April in a couple of weeks at Miami, UFC 287, undercard of Izzy versus Pereira. And we want to see that fight. And the winner of that could see a potential matchup. Not the fact that Jorge deserves it due to the fact that he hasn't had very many wins. But at the end of the day, that is one hell of a storyline that still needs to be settled. Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal, 3-piece in the soda. Who does not want to see that fight? I definitely want to see that fight. But you know what? It really, really makes things interesting right now on why Colby Covington got a title fight. And what's been going around the campfire is it just so happened to be that, or not, honestly, this is not facts. These are not facts. These are all just speculation. This is all conspiracy. This is all chaos. Colby conspiracy Covington is basically the new phrase right now that we can actually say. So Colby Covington was attacked by Jorge Masvidal, and Jorge Masvidal was going on trial for that assault. I believe he was even getting sued. You know, he even got arrested. All this is public knowledge. We already know this. This happened after their fight. But now all of a sudden, Jorge Masvidal has a fight with Gilbert Burns, and Colby Covington has a title shot. Now it makes you wonder, why is that? Then you look at some of the interviews with Colby Covington, and Colby Covington seems to be very, very close and friendly with Dana White all of a sudden. Why is that? If you remember correctly, Colby Covington had a certain name for Dana White. Last time I remember, that name just so happened to be Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester. I used to laugh every time he said that. He used to say a lot of things to Dana White. He even approached Dana White in a very disrespectful way while Dana White was gambling in the casino at one time. Came up with a whole phone and everything, asking for a title shot and whatnot. And then he said a lot of disrespectful things to and about Dana White. And at the end of the day, or excuse me, not the end of the day, but now recently, Colby Covington has come out and has actually been praising Dana White. He's actually been talking about Dana White. He's actually saying a lot of good things about Dana White. And now we see Jorge Masvidal having a fight. And now we see Colby Covington getting a title shot. Can we put 2 and 2 together? Possibly, possibly. This all could be a coincidence. It all could be the fact that, you know, Dana White had asked Colby Covington to be a replacement for, or not replacement, but a backup fighter for this fight. And, you know, due to the fact that he did that and made weight, he's getting now a title shot. That could be a possibility. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of other welterweights out there that had no problem doing that themselves. You know, I'm not sure if they were asked. Maybe if they were and they said no, then it's understandable. That's a totally different thing. But right now it's pretty early, so there's not a whole lot being said regarding that. Only thing we have is conspiracy. And that's a big kind of conspiracy there. And what I'm basically trying to say is it sounds like Dana White got to Colby Covington, pretty much had him drop the lawsuit, was now allowed, what basically was able to have Jorge Masvidal have a fight now. You know, because due to the fact of the lawsuit, maybe it wouldn't have been a good smooth mood for Jorge Masvidal to have a fight. You know, with you being on trial for assault or whatever to the nature, I believe the whole trial was supposed to be, the lawsuit was supposed to be on. I'm pretty sure it was assault, but don't quote me on that. And then Colby Covington obviously getting to fight him now, fight as well. So a lot of that seemed like it would have held up, you know, due to the fact that this is a trial for assault, and then you guys are gonna go fight in the cage. It wouldn't have looked good. But now with Dana White possibly, maybe, could be approaching Colby Covington to drop that lawsuit, where now these guys can have a fight, and now, you know, Jorge Masvidal was able to go out there and make that money, and now Colby Covington just so happens to get a title shot after he's already had 2 title shots and only 1 win in 1 year. Yeah, it just seems a little fishy. But guys, let me know in the comments of what you think. Let me know if you think I'm right. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Just let me know how you're feeling. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.